Hey everybody, this is Carrie and it is Tuesday. It is 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. It is time for me to have a candid talk with another member of our community. That's any community nationwide. And we're talking to KVMB's, that's radio personality's very own Seriously Sondra. Hey y'all, we had a wonderful talk last week with the Passive Wealth Group. They were talking about flipping houses, Airbnb, and then wealth in real estate. So this week we have an amazing guest for you. So make sure you go right now and share it. Do me a favor, share it with your community, share it with your friends, because you definitely want to tune in today to see what it is that we have to say. And y'all know how I do. I jump right into it and begin a candid conversation. So this is Candid Conversations, Candid Talks with Dr. K. And my guest today is Seriously Sondra. Y'all ready to talk to her? All right, she gonna jump in, y'all. Hey, girl.
Hey, girlfriend. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. You like my living room? You like my new setup?
I love your living room with the piano and everything. Do you play?
I designed it myself.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Have you seen it before?
I have. All right, y'all. This is Seriously Sondra from the Veterans Voice, KVBM Radio. Sondra, talk to us about, tell the people who you are, what you do, and about the radio station.
All right. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I am so excited. Like Candid Talk, like this is amazing. Candid Talks with Dr. K. Dr. K, this is beautiful. I love it. So seriously, Sondra, oh my gosh. All right, we got a little time. I'm gonna give you a little nugget. So seriously, Sondra actually began, well, let's go back. I am Sondra Wilkerson, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I was the child of two amazing parents. We didn't have much, but we had a whole lot of love. My mom and dad, unfortunately, they are deceased, rest in peace. But when I tell you they lived happily, fruitful lives together, it was definitely amazing. I am married to an Army veteran. I am an Army veteran myself. We have two amazing boys who are in college. And matter of fact, one of them graduates in May. So I'm so excited. I'm excited and sad all at the same time, because he is really he's turned into an amazing human, like amazing.
Yeah.
It's nothing but God. It definitely ain't us, because baby, when I tell you, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll get to that old parenting thing a little later. Yes. But that's just who I am. Just really real simple girl from the city with a little country in me, and I'm married to an amazing man.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And so KVBM, that's the Veteran Voice. Talk to us about your show, Seriously Sondra, on the Veterans Voice.
Okay. So KVBM 104.7 FM, the Veterans Voice of Central Texas. We are actually the only veteran show in Central Texas. Matter of fact, it is veteran owned, minority owned, and we reach thousands of people across the world with our app and on the internet.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, awesome. We do. We have people listening as far as like Ghana, Africa, like people are listening all over the world. And we're a part of Prosperity Broadcasting. And there's another radio station, which is KRGN, which is our gospel station.
The gospel station. So two stations. Yes. There's a gospel station.
Two stations under one umbrella.
Absolutely wonderful. And you are the Friday host of Seriously Sondra. Now, what
okay,
is Seriously Sondra?
I've moved to Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. So talk to me about
Tuesdays. Yes, I have 2 days. Yes. So I'm excited. Like I love radio. Like I don't have any formal training of radio, but I do it well and I love it.
And you are just a whole comedian, though.
Good and bad. I don't take life too serious. Sometimes that can be a problem. Uh, a man that is so dear to my heart has called me childish on many occasions, which I don't argue with him. He is absolutely correct in his analysis. But I guess I've been through a lot in life, and I've seen a lot of things just as a child, growing up as an adult, being a military officer, being in combat, being deployed 3 times. I've seen a lot, and things just really aren't that serious when it comes to your life. So, I try to take it in stride. Those things that are important, I definitely think they're important, but I'm the one that'll probably laugh at a funeral. I'm just being, something's gonna catch my eye. Yeah. Something's gonna catch my eye.
So you believe in levity, right?
Absolutely.
Just levity. We
pass through this world one time.
One time, and so we enjoy it.
You don't get a do-over like golf. You don't get to serve it over like tennis. You just absolutely, you have to. And laughter's good for the soul.
It is. Laughter keeps you young. Yeah. Laughter definitely keeps you young.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I know another thing.
You also walk around with a frowned up face, all serious all the time. That sounds like
some people do. You see some people walking around frowned up all
the time.
Yeah.
And all day, like, come on. It's so funny because I was in Dollar Tree maybe about 2 weeks ago, and this lady was just spitting venom. Like, she was mean. I was like, oh my gosh, what? And she just kind of looked at me. I said, you need a hug? And she started laughing. I was like, you okay? She's like, I'm so sorry. It's just been a day. I was like, okay. I could tell something wasn't right. And she said, thank you so much. I was like, no problem. I said, I took a chance on asking you, did you need a hug? Because I didn't know what was going to happen.
But that is so you, though, Sondra. I mean, just you, your personality just exudes joy, right?
I try.
Yeah.
I try. Yeah. I do. I try.
I know
you don't know what people have been through. You don't know what life that they've had. You don't know, and people carry a lot of baggage. People carry a lot of stuff. And I never want to be the one to pile extra on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. So one thing I say on my radio show every day before I leave on Tuesdays and Thursdays, kindness doesn't cost a thing. So just give it away. Mm-hmm. Just give it away. Kindness doesn't cost nothing. Give it away. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind to somebody else.
Just to be kind to people, right?
Yeah. And we also have to be kind to ourselves.
Yes. Give yourself a break. Give yourself grace.
Yeah. And I know that's one of the things that you talk a lot about, being kind to yourself, being kind to your body.
Yes. Right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but sometimes you take it a little too far with the
fitness. I know. Sometimes I can be a little extra. I know. And I tell people, if I'm doing too much, let me know. Reel me back.
Ma'am, the workouts. So I guess so the question that I have is, talk to me a little bit about your fitness journey, because I know all of that is part of the joy that you carry. How did you come into your fitness journey, and what does that look like?
Okay, my fitness journey actually started as a scare, actually. I was getting ready to get out of the military. I was going to my appointments, getting my physical, and I was coming in after my blood work to see the doctor after getting my blood work, and the doctor's like, I need you to sit down. And I was like, what's up? He was like, your cholesterol is over 300. You could literally stroke out. When you leave here, you could stroke out in the car. You could stroke out in 5 years, 2 months, 2 weeks. I'm putting you on medication right now. Okay, I was like, okay, stop. Wait, this is too much. I called my husband. Of course, I'm in a ball of tears. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. He's like, get it together. Okay, all right, let me get it together. And so it was more of a scare for me. But then when I thought about it, I was like, I have 2 amazing boys, my husband, my mom was alive at that time. I had a great family network, great friends circle. I was like, I'm not ready to leave this earth. Like, I'm not ready to go. Like, I feel there's more that I need to do. And I'm like, and they're going to be really sad if I die. People are going to be sad if I pass away. So I took things into my own hands, literally took things into my own hands. I changed my diet. I changed the way I ate. I changed the stuff I drank. I was a Mountain Dew, Sprite, ginger ale girl, sweet tea. It was nothing. I drank water, but those were my favorites. Those were my four favorites. I cut those out. I immediately went on the Mediterranean diet. Now, I was in the military and I did PT, but I didn't do PT because I was a military officer. Sometimes you had to be there, sometimes you didn't. I did PT enough. My body was conditioned enough to be able to do the 2-mile run, the sit-ups and the push-ups. So I was just kind of conditioned to do things. And I really took control of it because I didn't want to be on medication. And biggest thing, I didn't want my kids to come home and find me in the backyard, passed out.
Wow.
Like I didn't want that. Or I'm in the car driving and I have a wreck and God forbid I kill somebody else and myself. Or like in the grocery store, I pass out. Like I didn't want that to happen to anyone or anyone that I love. So I took control of it. Yeah.
Wow, Sondra. Hey guys, if you're just joining me now, I'm talking to Seriously Sondra. That is Sondra Wilkerson, and she is sharing her fitness journey, right? Sondra just shared that she had a scare coming from the military, and she took her fitness journey into her own hands, first changing her diet, and then also changing the way that you worked out. So that's a big change, right? So for somebody out there listening saying, I want to start eating better, or I want to start working out, like what is a really good process? Like what's a good way to just start?
Okay. So if you want to just start, pick one thing to eliminate from your diet. To start with that one thing. So for example, if you are a chips, some people love potato chips, and I still love potato chips. Okay. I think somebody likes chips. If you love chips, and let's say you literally go through the family bag of chips a week, let's say a week, you're constantly, give yourself 2 weeks to go through the bag. So eat them 3 days a week, and then slowly taper yourself back. So some people will eat potato chips every night because they need a crunch. They have a crunch fetish. So what I did is I substituted my chips for cucumbers. Now, cucumbers don't taste the same, but if you have a crunch, like I had a crunch fetish, so I needed to crunch on something. So I swapped the cucumbers for potato chips. Do I still eat potato chips? Absolutely. I love Ruffles. I love them. But I don't eat them every night.
Yeah.
And I don't buy a big bag and I eat them. I literally buy the little bag and I'll eat the little bag because it's easier to not eat it when it's not in the house.
Right. But you also have to be intentional. Like I'm joking with the faces and whatever, but if you really want your health, because what I heard you say is, for me, this was a life and death decision.
Yes.
And I wanted to live.
Yes. And I don't want anybody to have to. I was blessed. I'm not going to say lucky. I was blessed. Some people aren't that blessed. Some people aren't. It turns out bad for some people. I don't want anybody else to get to that situation. And one thing you can control is your health. Yeah. All you can control is yourself. You can definitely control that. So why not take control of it?
So that's the eating part. How did you get to the working out part? Because I hear you say as a military officer, you did PT, but you didn't really do PT. So
yes.
I know right now you are a workout queen.
I love it. I love it. Like it is part of my life, like my lifestyle. It's part of it. Now, I would say that you need to start somewhere. I always tell people, if you like something, well, I don't have money for a membership. I don't have money for this. Okay, push-ups, sit-ups, and walking doesn't require a membership. It requires you to go outside your door and walk. Push-ups just require a ground for you to create resistance against it.
Just start walking outside your house.
Just start walking. I tell people all the time, the streets are free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay to walk. Go walk, set a goal. So, well, I can't walk. I get tired when I walk. Well, then do it for 10 minutes. Do it for 10 minutes for 2 weeks every other day. I will guarantee you, if you do it for 2 weeks for 10 minutes every other day, you'll get better. But where most people mess up is they jump into it all for force. So they start weightlifting, they start doing cardio, they start doing all this stuff. Then they become so sore, they get so discouraged, and then they just quit.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Start
that sounds
slow.
like about my story.
You got to start slow because your body thinks you're trying to kill it. Your body's like, ma'am, you're trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. That's enough.
Yeah. Well, usually I start with the cute outfit because I have to get the cute outfit to work out.
That's fine. That's great. The cute outfit is great. That's okay. The cute outfit is great. There's nothing wrong with the cute outfit.
Okay.
I say go for it. That's going to motivate you. Go for it. But I will tell people, motivation will not keep you. Discipline and consistency will.
Yeah. Did you get that? Motivation will not keep you, but the discipline and consistency will absolutely do it. Sondra, thank you so much for sharing this fitness journey with us.
Absolutely.
And I am glad that you are here to share this journey with us and that you took your health seriously. Hey guys, all jokes aside, our health is really all we have, right? And so if you do want to prolong your life, take your health seriously, and that's by proper nutrition as well as fitness. You can always contact Sondra to get some tips. Reach out to her on KVBM, or that is the Veterans Voice Central Texas. Seriously, Sondra. And I know that your whole family has become part of your fitness journey as well. And then your boys, you have 2 athletes.
Yes, I have 2 student athletes. Yes, they are in college. My oldest one plays football, and my baby boy hoops. He plays basketball.
He doesn't hoop. He hoops.
He hoops. He is a baller. Absolutely. Yes. Matter of fact, he was part of the Ellison State tournament team in 2023.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I remember him being on the news.
Yes.
Doing very, very, very well. And so as part of the fitness and your nutrition, I know that you take parenting very, very seriously as well. That's something I've heard you talk about a lot. So talk to us about what is your parenting with purpose, right? Or your purposeful parenting. What does that look like for you and your husband to have raised 2 amazing student athletes who are in college? I think your oldest son is graduating as a physicist.
Yes, he's getting his bachelor's in physics.
Man,
he's smarter than me, that's for sure.
So talk to us about parenting with purpose. What does
parenting with purpose? That looks like involvement, engagement, discipline, consistency, and most of all, intentional love. You see, I didn't say unconditional love. I said intentional love.
I like
because the unconditional love should already be there.
Yeah.
5 points.
So that's 5. So Stephen Bird says discipline and consistency. Thank you so much. And then we have Truth says facts. So talk to us about, so these 5 points that you just made, Sondra, can you do me a favor and break each one of them down? So for someone out there who's listening, who's saying, well, I'm a single mom, or my child is on the spectrum, or I don't know exactly how to do all of those things that you just said. Of these 5 points you gave us, break it down really quick, what parents can do to implement each one of these 5 points.
Okay, so I would say, first of all, intentional love. You have to intentionally show your children that you love them. And it covers a plethora of things. It's not just saying, I love you. It's acts of the love. And discipline is an act of love.
Yeah.
Disciplining your child is an act of love. Being engaged is an act of love. You know, I hear it a lot. Well, I have to work and I can't get to all of their games. I can't get to this. I get it. We all work. I was a military officer we were doing military, we could not get to everything in the world, but I made it a point to engage about for example, if they had a game that day and I knew I couldn't be there because I had a meeting or I was in the field, we had a discussion about that event, i.e. the spelling bee. Well, are you ready for the spelling bee? Because I know we've been practicing. I've been going over the words with you. Remember, when you do XYZ, when you say your word, my son had a thing, he would clutch his hand when he would spell his words. Don't forget. So it's engagement that you need to be involved with your children. Consistency and discipline. You can't say I'm taking away your phone and then because they whine, walk through the house with their mouth poked out. Well, I'm going to give it to you now. I know you're not supposed to be out for punishment until Friday, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you on Thursday. Well, they just have learned that if I poke my mouth out and irritate her enough, she'll give in.
Yeah.
That's not how that parenting thing works. And I always tell parents, parenting is a verb. It's an action. It's things we have to do. We have to intentionally do. If you left it up to a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, they would eat gummy bears for breakfast. Does that make sense? Do you think that makes sense for the health and the development of a 3-year-old child to allow them to eat gummy bears for breakfast? No, it does not. So and no matter how they scream and yell, okay, it doesn't work. So it's the same thing. And I hear it from especially parents of middle schoolers and high schoolers. I hear it all the time. They won't let me. Your child won't let you. What? I can't get them to. Wait a minute. Go say that again. I said, say it again. He won't give me this. He won't give me his phone. I'm not saying you go tug of war with a 6'5", 16-year-old child to get a phone, but I bet you I can turn that joker off. I bet you I can call AT&T and have that joker suspended, and you won't talk on it. Don't play with me. Play with your little brother and sister. Don't play with me.
Ooh,
I'm the parent.
Sondra, I think a lot of parents today want their children to like them. They don't want to hurt their feelings. All right, you get in some comments. Preach, ma'am. You are helping all who are watching. You also got Makia said, I like that.
It's an action. Like it's you got to be involved. You have to be engaged. And it doesn't start when they're 12 or 13. It starts when they can start to understand. So that's about 4 years old on the development, 3-4 years old. There's consequences for a 3 or 4-year-old to not do something. If I say pick up the toy at 3 or 4 and you decide to walk away and not pick up the toy, I don't just as a parent go and pick up the toy. I'm going to take your hand back, guide you over to the toy, help you bend down and ask you nicely on your level, baby, I need you to pick up that toy. It's not even about yelling, screaming, abusing, spanking, whooping. No, it's about firmness, discipline, and consistency. And it's age appropriate.
Now, one of the things I have seen recently, Sondra, is young children, and I think the ages of 3 and 4, or sometimes 5, who don't have a bedtime. They're up 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I talk to the parents and they say, well, they won't go to bed. So parents watching out there, what do you say to them? Like, why is it important for them to develop that consistency and planned programming, I would say?
Okay, so I would say a parent that allows a child to go to bed at 11, 12 o'clock, that is a form of neglect, in my opinion. Because that child needs to sleep for their development, for their brain development.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it there. For their development and ability to function, cognitive reasoning, they need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a person who has a bachelor's in exercise physiology, in kinesiology, and a minor in nutrition. So I have been trained to know that you have to go. Sleep is by far, I would say, one of the most important things for your development as a human.
Yeah.
So 2, you start at an early age, like you set the conditions for them to go to sleep. Is your house chaotic at 8 o'clock at night? Or have they eaten? What time did you fix dinner? What environment are you setting? And what is the firmness? My kids did the same thing. I put them in the bed at 2, they come back out the room. Put them in the bed. And baby, we would do the walk. We would just keep walking back and forth. We just keep on walking back and forth until they realize, okay, well, she's not playing and she's not giving in. She's not giving me my toy. She's not giving me my Spider-Man. Well, today she's not giving me my tablet. She's not giving me my phone, because 2 and 3-year-olds have phones and tablets of their own. She's not. So it's a consistency, and they have to understand that you are the parent. Now, yes, you have to take in consideration, do some children have developmental issues? Yes, all that needs to be investigated to see if there's an issue or a concern. So everything is a cookie cutter for every single child. But as a parent, if you are engaged and involved, you know those things. You know things that aren't right. Well, that's not quite right. You know, every night when I say it's time to go to bed, they start rocking back and forth like they're triggered about something. But an engaged, involved parent would know that.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of just go to bed. No, you may need to be the parent that goes in there with them and sits for a little while. Read a story, read a book. And some parents will say, oh my gosh, I'm so overstimulated. I get it. I was very much overstimulated with mine. Like, there were 2 breastfed babies. When they were 2 and 3, they acted like they still were breastfed. It was horrific. However, I took the time during the day to fill my own cup, because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Good.
Everybody in my life gets my overflow. I get my fill. My cup is full for me.
Oh, that's
everybody
good.
else gets my overflow.
You got to say everybody gets my overflow.
Everybody gets my overflow, including my husband, my kids, my church, my organizations, my neighbor. Everybody gets my overflow. But my cup, I drink from a full cup for myself. And I learned that from my mom, watching my mom. I can remember my mom literally telling my dad when we were young, okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye, I'm gone. Like, toodaloo, she was gone. She was out. I would be crying. And I'm talking about 9, 10 years old. I want to go with you. She's like, no, ma'am, this is for mommy. I'll be back. I love you. And would literally walk out the door. So I learned at an early age that it's important to take care of me first. In the airplane, what do they tell you when they give you your briefing in the air? What mask do you put on?
Put your mask on first.
You put yours on first. Because if you can't put yours on first, if yours not on first, you can't help nobody else.
Right.
I mean, it's really simple, but especially as women, we feel it's selfish if we take care of ourselves first. It's not selfish. If I take care of myself first, baby, I can give you so much, you don't have the capacity to take it.
Yeah.
If I take care of myself first.
That's good. Ooh, okay, we got some comments. We got some comments. Tamika Williams says, I have gone on the app and suspended service. That's exactly right. Too many include children in adult business and wonder why there's no line of respect. Woo, child. This generation needs active involvement because of the plethora, easy access to influences. Tamika Williams, thank you so much for chiming in. We got Tasha Faison, first come, first serve on the overflow.
That part.
Keisha Herrera says, I like that. Again, said facts. Hey, y'all, if you're just joining us right now, we are almost over, but we've been having a candid talk with Sondra Wilkinson. That is Seriously Sondra from the Veterans Voice. That is KVBM Radio. We've been talking about her nutrition journey as well as parenting purposefully. So if you guys want some more tips and tricks from Sondra, we're going to let her give you her 5 tips and tricks before she leaves here today. But you guys got to tune in to what she has to say on the Veterans Voice if you want more nuggets. This was a lot of really good nuggets. If y'all want to see Sondra come back and give you some more parenting tips, y'all just go ahead and drop the note in here. She's definitely going to come back with some of these parenting tips.
I will. So first of all, you got to be involved. Involved, engaged, And involvement and engagement are two different things. They look differently. You have to be disciplined in your parenting, consistent in your parenting, and intentional love. Not unconditional love, intentional love. These kids have to know that you love them. It has to be an action. Parenting is a verb. Me and Keisha Herrera go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Our boys grew up together, and it was intentional parenting. We had a network. Her husband coach, my husband coach. Some weekends I would get the kids. Her boys would be over here playing in our backyard. Some days she would get them during the day. They would go over her house. Like, you have to get a network. You cannot do this by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, people that say, well, I don't have anyone. Well, you need to get someone. Because people are out there. You mean to tell me there ain't nobody in your life that you trust with your kids, with nothing? Come on now. We have to be intentional in this thing, because the reality is that we are losing our children. There is a generation of children that are being lost and are falling through the cracks.
Yeah.
And it's because a lot of it is because of parenting. A lot of it is because of parenting. Are you going to get it wrong sometimes? Absolutely. I got it wrong several times. But I was also able to admit my wrong to my children. Son, I'm sorry. Mama messed that one up. Yeah. We're not going to try that one again.
And it's okay. Right. And it's okay to have that conversation, because it shows your children that everybody makes mistakes. It's how you come back from that mistake. Number one.
Oh, Tamika got a good question.
We have our last question here, y'all, because our time is up. But we have a last question, and that is Tamika Williams. It says, let's talk about raising these strong-willed young men. They're strong-willed young women, too. How do I step back from being mommy to being a support system? We're going to let Sondra answer that one.
I got that one. Tamika, you know, I got you, girl. You step back by having them tell you the plan. So as the mommy, we always tell them what to do. Okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do this. You tell them, okay, I need to plan. What's the plan? What do you plan on doing? Tell them what the plan is. And then based off their plan, well, okay, if you do that, how does that look? Well, that might not look right. Or if you might do that might not work out for you. So my kids give me back briefs on what they need to do. I had one really quick to go to Paris, go overseas. He got his airplane ticket. He did everything himself. So where are you staying? I got phone numbers of the kids he was with. I got the numbers to the hotels he was staying with. I made him look up the U.S. consulates in case you get in trouble. These are the numbers that you need to have. Because I'm over here in the States, ain't much I can do for you.
Right.
But there's consulates overseas. You need these numbers. He had to give me proof of life every day. He had to send me a picture every day. So you have to let them do the plan, and then you guide them to see if the plan makes sense. Yeah. Because they gotta have buy-in. If they don't have buy-in, they're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for joining us here on Candid Talks with Dr. K. We've been having an absolutely dynamic conversation with Seriously Sondra. We talked about nutrition. We also talked about parenting. And so Tamika says that she is going to remember. She remembers that. Again, thank you so much. And right before we close out, everyone, just to remind everybody that the radio station, that is KRGN, KVBM, they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary. So that's 10 years for Prosperity Broadcasting. And on May 17th, there will be a jazz gala. If you are interested in attending this event, please do reach out to Seriously Sondra on the Veterans Voice for tickets. And that is the 10-year anniversary for the Jazz Gala, Prosperity Broadcasting 10-year anniversary. Sondra, it has been absolutely wonderful.
It's been amazing. I've had a great time.
Thank you. We went over, but that's okay today. Lakeisha says that was good. And Tamika,
thank you, Keisha, girl.
All right. We appreciate you. And everybody, join me next week. Next week, we have an amazing show. My guest is Delcina West. Delphina is a certified wellness practitioner with Advent Health. Y'all, she's going to talk about why we sweating so much at 48 and older. She's going to talk about why we so hot at 48.
In the wintertime, okay?
We're going to talk about why we so moody. Y'all, we talking about it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Beyond fitness, we talking about menopause. All right, so make sure you join us next week. Delphina West is going to be here. Thank you so much for joining Candid Talks with Dr. K. I will see you next week at 7 o'clock.
Thank you. You have a great one.